you want to learn to sing but you have no experience, you are in the right place, because that was all of us at some point. Maybe you've been told by some people that you're just a bad singer, or that you don't have what it takes, or that you kind of have to be born for that. While it is true that some people have it more easily than other people, it is also true that we all can learn. My name is Jorgelina. I've been a vocal coach for 13 years, and I specialize in teaching contemporary voice techniques in a holistic and sustainable way. If you really want to create a musical instrument out of your voice, stay tuned until the end, because I will give you some great tips on how to get started. Of course, when we talk about singing, there are many levels of singing. If you are just starting out, what I always recommend is that your first milestones should be to sing an easy song on pitch and on rhythm. And that is really important for you as a musician. A lot of people that want to sing, they just think that singing is about reaching high notes, and no. That comes later, that it's part of the training to make your voice more of a flexible and resilient and just an instrument with more possibilities. But the reality is that you can hit 3 octaves, 4 octaves if you want. If you don't sing in tune and on rhythm, then you're not going to be creating good music. So at least to me, learning those skills come first. Now, a lot of people come to adulthood and they don't have good pitch and good rhythm, and then they want to sing a song, they find it really hard, they don't know how to start or where, and they just think, okay, I'm just a bad singer, not for me. The next thing. Now let's talk a little bit about that. For some people, pitch and rhythm comes easy. Generally, those people have had some training when they were kids. Not specifically in singing, but maybe in another musical instruments, or maybe they went to dance classes, or maybe they listened to a lot of different music in the house and they were exposed to much music, and so the connections between the brain and the pitch and rhythm were there in a more natural way. And so those people grow up and they have those connections, like I sing with good rhythm, with good pitch, and they don't have to think about it. Very lucky. But if you weren't that lucky, it's not all lost. You can still train your brain to do it. I have taught adults in their 40s, 50s that couldn't sing one note in tune, and after some training, they could sing songs in tune, on rhythm, no problem. And that proves that anyone can do it. But that doesn't come for free. You do have to spend some time learning. Now, the main thing that I will recommend you is that you try to put the emotions away. When someone wants to sing and they don't have good rhythm and good pitch, usually comes with a lot of emotions of embarrassment and shame and just that kind of feelings, and it's not nice. So a lot of times I have had singers that come to a few lessons and they just spend the whole lesson telling me why they are just not good singers. And I give them a few exercises to start from scratch, and they are like, well, no, I wasn't born for this. And so that whole density that comes from you just feeling awful about it and shameful, it really doesn't help, and it really is a big obstacle. So the first thing I want to tell you is try to get those feelings away. I know that they are going to be around, but if you can move away from them and just focus on doing the work, you're gonna learn so much faster. Now, another problem that people encounter when they go from 0 to trying to sing a song is that they go from 0 to a complex song. And that doesn't work. If your first step is to start connecting your brain to the larynx, to the pitch, for example, then it's not a good idea that you start right away with a song. What you have to do is to start slowly with individual sounds, trying to match the vibration of the sound with the vibration that you produce with the larynx. And sometimes this process can take a while, because remember, you haven't built those connections when you were little. So I think the worst thing that you can do is to get anxious about that and be like, I need to learn this in 1 month. No, be patient, and it pays off. I promise, if you take your time at the beginning and you follow this step, this hierarchy, then learning to sing is much faster. I've seen this process happen for many people, especially adults. It's totally possible, and the only obstacle for you to not do it is when you just don't do it because you just think you can't. When you just give up and you say, I'm not even gonna try. In that case, yes, I promise you are not gonna learn. If you don't try, you don't learn. Do the work, take it easy, take the first baby steps. Try to create an emotion that is more on the way of learning rather than an emotion that doesn't help. And maybe you have family that laugh about your singing or friends that laugh about your singing. That happens often when you just don't even tell them you're learning to sing. Then you can learn singing for a little while and then you can surprise them in a party or something. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is when kids start learning to sing, they usually don't start by being able to memorize a complex song. If you look at the ear training exercises from debut grade and grade 1 from Rock School syllabus, which is the syllabus that I like to work with kids and with adults I want to do singing exams, is the ear trainings are about recognizing what the difference between a low note and a high note. They get played 2 notes in the piano and they have to say which one is higher, which one is lower. So ear training exercises for complete beginners are good for you if you want to learn to sing. The other component of learning to sing is developing good rhythm. For this, you don't need to be able to sing a rap song like a pro. The first thing you have to do is to start being able to recognize the beat of a song. The beat is a constant, regular pulse. In some music, it's not super regular, but generally it's going to be a regular pulse. And let's say that you are listening to a song and you start doing this with your head, or you start tapping the foot. That is generally the beat of the song. And you want to be really good at listening to different songs and clapping the beat or walking on the beat. This is actually hard to do at the beginning. So you can do that, go ahead, play a lot of different songs, walk with them, and you're going to be developing that beat. I'm actually about to release some courses for singers that actually start from complete scratch. Now, the difference between this program and other programs is that a lot of singing programs out there, they start by assuming that you can sing in tune and on rhythm. But this program is actually from complete scratch, so you're going to have all that training of beat and pitch, plus, of course, the technical work that we want. If you're interested, let me know. Now, the third component of learning to sing is to start getting familiar with your instrument. One of the reasons why people find it so hard to sing is because they are actually not connected with their own instrument. They don't have any sensation. And yes, it is actually hard to perceive your instrument, your vocal instrument. We usually don't think much of it, or we don't spend time feeling it. So if you want to be in control of your voice, that is something you have to start doing. As I mentioned, I actually have a resource that is going to help you with this. I have put together a gentle warm-up that you can use, and this warm-up is very slow. So you can follow along, and that way you can start building this connection between your larynx and your brain. And it has a gentle range, so you can focus on building these initial skills, which is what you should be focusing when you're just starting. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next video.